What's up, my paisanos? Welcome back to a brand new special video. And honestly, this is like the 10th time that I've tried making this video. I didn't want this video to actually take this long to make. And honestly, it was very inevitable after the last video that I made when I was talking about why I actually like playing tanks in Marvel Rivals, because that video actually did kind of well. You guys actually did seem to like that video, and I really do appreciate that. And obviously, like I said in that video, I don't just play tank. I actually do play DPS and definitely healer as well. And I actually love playing basically every single role in this game. But yeah, I really just wanted to have an opportunity to talk about healers just because of the fact that I feel like they're actually some of the most important parts about a team in this game, just like tank is. And yes, I mean, to be honest with you, if we're talking about the totem pole of the most valuable character or roles in this game, you would probably have tank being dead last, and then healers would be second, and then most of all would be DPS, because everybody plays them. Everybody wants to insta-lock DPS, like I've said multiple different times. But obviously not everyone is good at DPS, and not everyone is good at really any role. Really, not everyone is going to be awesome, but healers definitely do get a lot of slack. And yes, I'm not going to lie, with healers there is a little bit of pretentiousness when it comes to this role, but at the same time I actually really do like this role. In fact, like I said in my last video, Mantis was the first character I actually played as in this game, and I have a lord with her now, and I love playing Mantis. I love her so much. And actually, when it comes to the healers that I actually like playing as the most, I do like playing as Mantis the most, honestly, but I've since kind of gravitated towards Luna Snow, Invisible Woman, and like even Luna. I just said Luna Snow, but obviously also Cloak and Dagger. I don't really play Loki or Jeff like that, but obviously I've just kind of really just got into Cloak and Dagger not too long ago. But with that being said, I actually definitely love playing healers, and I definitely have loved just playing as really all of them. In fact, to be honest with you, while I only play as two tanks in this game that I feel like are fun to me personally, by the way, what you might find fun will not be the same thing for someone else. Obviously, it's a case-by-case basis thing. I will have to say that healers are one of the roles in this game that I feel like it's kind of fun no matter who you play as. Some people might say, oh, well, Mantis doesn't do as much healing, or freaking Rocket Raccoon is not as good as healing either. He just freaking spams his balls everywhere and doesn't really do anything and just runs up walls and stuff. But every single body actually does have like their role. In fact, even though I don't play as Rocket Raccoon all that much, although if I am on the team with a Penny, and I feel like Rocket Raccoon is a good healer in that, in that instance, I will say I will switch to him even if I don't actually main as him or play as him. But with that being said, I feel like the healers are definitely versatile, and I just want to get into the reason why I actually like playing as them. Now, to be honest, the real reason why I love playing as healers is actually really the main reason why I also like playing tanks. Really, the only role that I will say that is different while you actually like playing as them, I would say, is DPS. But the reason why I actually like playing as like healers is because really so I can actually keep all of my homies alive. Now with the tank, it's more about protecting my homies and being able to push my homies forward, but with the healers it's more about keeping them and sustaining their health and being able to push them forward, and if they come back to the back line, they'll be able to reliably get some health that they just so desperately needed after they just got KO'd by that, or almost KO'd by that Iron Man using his little beam thing, right? And I love that. And I love being Mantis, for one. This is the reason why I love playing as Mantis, is because I can enhance your abilities. I can actually make you stronger. I can heal you over time. I can give you buffs. With Invisible Woman, I can cloak you, and I can actually, basically have you avoid damage or whatever. With Invisible Woman, I can basically pull enemies towards me just so you guys can like kind of dive them and go crazy on them. Or I can push them away from the point and actually give us a win in that really rare instance, or something like that. And I love being like Luna Snow and then just like sending an ice beam over to freaking like a Wanda that's about to ult, and like it's just so amazing and cathartic. I actually think, honestly, the healers are some of the like most awesomest characters to play as. And it doesn't help also that as time has gone on, the game seems to kind of want to push healers not just in the healers direction. To be honest with you guys, the real actual name for healers in this game are called strategists. They're not just called healers. And yes, there are characters in this game that do actually focus more on that, But in all honesty, they're not just healers. They can kill. Definitely Luna Snow can. I know for a fact Luna can. Mantis is hard to aim with, but she is so rewarding because she does a lot of damage. And Cloak and Dagger, hey, it's not the best kind of, it's not really the best type of damage you'll get with that character. But at the same time, you will be able to, help your teammates out with some kills with, Cloak's, shadow wall or whatever that thing is, and maybe just a couple of auto aim shots. I don't freaking know. But the point of the matter is that strategists are very, very valuable and very, very fun. I have seen countless people talk about how fun someone like Cloak and Dagger is. I personally feel like Invisible Woman is very freaking fun. Luna Snow, although I used to lose as her a lot when I actually transitioned from my PC to my Steam Deck, over time, I eventually learned to love Luna Snow. I'm actually really maining her now. And honestly, I'm almost probably going to get to Lord. I'm probably going to get to Centurion at the time when I record this, which is the 15th. Whenever this video will go up, of course, but I just love just playing strategists as a whole. They're really awesome characters to play as, and I feel like as opposed to other games. Now, remember, what you guys, I will say right now, I am not that much into shooter games. I do not care about hero shooters and all that other stuff. This is really the only one that I'm really into right now, and it's because I love, and even again, like I said before, if you have not watched the last video, I'm not that much of a Marvel fan. Well, again, that's not really the case anymore because I just watched a lot of basically all of the X-Men movies, and I'm getting more into just more Marvel stuff anyway. Yes, I am kind of late to the party, I know, and as an almost 25-year-old, I know this is kind of crazy, but I love it, and I feel like a little kid when I'm getting into Marvel stuff. But the point of the matter is that this stuff is fun regardless, and this game has gotten me into just getting into Marvel, and I'm so much caring about this stuff. It's now honestly my new obsession. I have 450 hours in this game and counting. So there's a reason for that. Now, I will say right now, even though I say all the good things about being a healer, obviously there is a lot of bad stuff, and you guys should already know where I'm actually going with this if you actually played this game already. Now, with the tanks people, there's people who will say oh, no tanks, no whatever, blah, 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 blah. And there's the problem with that is usually some people just don't want to be tank. No one wants to peel for the healers and all this stuff. Being a healer is kind of similar to that, but it can actually be more worse in some crazy cases. For instance, when it comes to this game, you will be healing usually on the back line, but sometimes you'll get an Iron Fist jumping out of nowhere and just trying to kill you in the back lines as well. And with this, cheaper Town Hall move, and obviously Spider-Man will go over there and start hopping towards you and then fling you up into the air, drag you towards the freaking edge and then kill you off screen. And then all this other stuff, even with other tanks coming after you, like Thor or something like that. It's a constant conundrum. And yes, some people will literally say to you, GG, no heals. And that's a big thing about healers. There are people online that will literally call healers bad because they're not being good healers. Now, there is an asterisk to this because yes, you could be a bad healer, but at the same time, you could be a person that just does not know how to play the game. Because in a lot of different instances, some people just don't know about good positioning. Some people just don't know how to, stay alive. Some people just don't know a lot of things on how to help their healers heal you. That's a lot of what this healing stuff is about. That's really what you need to do for your healers. You need to help your healers heal you. Because if you don't, then they're going to die and they're going to, you need to peel for them and you need to help them understand how they do things. Now, yes, there are bad healers out there, and I will get into that in a minute, but I will say that most of the time, this GG no healers thing, it's a lot of just pretentious elitism, not elitism, but it's a lot of self-entitled nonsense that I'm so entitled to getting heals and stuff like that to the point where you just don't matter. You're just a healer. Don't go DPS. Don't try to kill people. Just try to just heal people. Just don't do anything. Just don't do anything but just be in the kitchen and cook my food and give it to me so I can sustain my life is basically what people are saying. And I hate that because there's so much more to healers obviously than just healing. Like I said, they're not just healers. I keep calling them that because it's the most easiest thing I can say that they are, but they're really called strategists. I will not let you know, I will let you know right now, one of the things that irritates me the most about this game is, say if you're in like a game, right, and you're going up against a whole group of people, and you guys are basically just going in that cartoon death ball thing that's like going around. Like basically that's like your fight right now. You guys are just going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. You got an Iron Man in the back line, just, you know, your Iron Man, by the way, that's on your team, and he'll just be sitting there just respecting heals while you're trying to heal Thor and Venom together so they can go in there and push and push and push. And then you got the DPS Psylocke over there just trying to flank on them, and then you got other people going on. And it's just so insane, you know? And that Iron Man will be literally like, why did I get no heals? Where were the heals at? And then it's like, yes, okay, look, I can understand that you need to look around for your team to see if they have heals or whatever. And I can understand just being aware in general. But if you're not pinging, if you're not speaking up, if you're not doing anything and like at least coming in front of me so I can understand if you do need heals, I'm not going to see that. They're not going to see that. I've seen people do that, and it doesn't make any sense why people are just so entitled on this game. And it just makes no sense. Like I say, again, a lot of people give a lot of people in this game flack because they all have main character syndrome, and it's not even that far from the truth, guys. It's ridiculous. I also can't really understand like why people will literally sit over here and just be like, I get no heals, and then they're just like zipping all over the place like a Spider-Man or like Psylocke or something like that. Oh man, I got no heals. And you're not even a freaking tank or whatever. You're just a DPS that can easily go get a health pack somewhere else, or you can just basically just, I don't know, hop right in front of me and then I will heal you, or get right beside me or in my vicinity, ping me or something, and then I will actually see it. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I will be honest here. There is an asterisk to that. There is another side to the same coin to that. There is also people online that will literally be like, stop moving, stop moving, stop moving. I can't heal you. I can't heal you. Why you keep going everywhere? You stupid. You're so stupid. I can't heal you if you keep freaking zipping around the place. And it's like the healer is basically kind of trying to expect you to just sit there and do nothing, and just literally just get shot up while they attempt to heal you. And that's not going to be end all be all. There are times where a character will just do so much damage that you just can't heal them fast, either because like a cooldown that, you know, your healer might have, or something of the sort. Maybe you're just not like healing them fast enough, or they just the attack just does that much damage. This doesn't make any sense. But to sit over here and act like you can't aim, like basically, if I'm playing as like Black Panther or something like that, which I don't play as him, but I'm just saying as an example, if I'm playing as Black Panther and you're just over here, you know, going around the place because you're trying to stay alive, what do I look like when I'm complaining about the fact that you can't heal me? I'm complaining about the fact that I can't heal you because you're trying to stay alive, because if you stand right there in front of me so I can heal you, that you'll get shot up by the Punisher that's over there in the back line with his little turret gun. Are you kidding me right now? No, I'm saying, I'm just being real here. You got to be realistic. Some of these healers are self-entitled, I'm trying to say in this video. It's not always just one side of the coin or whatever. There's always two sides of it. And yeah, some healers will really act self-entitled because like, oh, well, I just healed your entire team. Why are you getting mad at me? Well, why did you just ult at spawn? Why did you just freaking freeze and just get like basically no aim with like your freeze abilities? Like what were you actually doing, dude? And why were you Loki and then you copied my ult at the same time that I did? And why were you Luna Snow and then I just ulted and then you ulted at the same time instead of just like saving your ult for the next battle or something like that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You think this is okay? Like, obviously there are problems with both sides, with people who aren't healers and the people who are healers. But I will say that regardless of such, healers are really, really fun to play as. And if you actually, you know, find some of the good ones, I'm one of them. If you actually do find those types of people, they're really fun to play with. They're awesome and they're amazing and they sustain your team very well and they help you, and they're strategists. I will say that strategists is like some of the best way that you can actually describe these characters, because they do actually have to strategize on how they play. I feel like with someone like Mantis or really like Loki, I will have to say, like, you probably have to legitimately strategize on how you like heal people and like enhance people's abilities and stuff like that. I feel like that's what I have to do personally when I actually play Mantis. I'm not really a Loki player, but I fear that you have to do a lot when you play as Loki. So I understand all of that stuff, and I'm definitely empathetic to you guys. All I'm saying right now is that everybody has a story to tell when it comes to this game. And this game has a lot of people who are just trying to play their best. And then there's people who are just, just suck. They're not really doing anything. They're just like taking up space. Everybody has some kind of contribution. What the heck does that even mean? Everybody has something to contribute in this game. And healers are no different. They should be awarded for some of their awesome contributions to actually a lot of these games. If you didn't have healers, what would you do? Because if you're a DPS and you're a whole DPS team and you're going up against people just a whole like a normal team, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. The only reason why you won was because that whole entire other team sucked. Because if you didn't have healers, then your team would get grinded into dust without the healers, and that is for a fact. Now, I will say, I don't know what's been going on with the strategist kind of like debuffs and stuff like that. This game is like having a huge issue when it comes to buffs and nerfs with this game. I mean, don't even get me started about the Psylocke stuff where they like basically nerfed Psylocke's cloak ability or her invisible ability to like from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. That honestly pissed me off. But like, I hate that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure that people have said like, oh, Dagger feels slower, or Luna Snow doesn't do as much healing, or some other stuff like that. I've heard a lot of things going on with that, and how they basically are like trying to like nerf like strategists or whatever because like they're too strong. I mean, I know for a fact that Mantis's actual like her special move, her ult move, is actually nerfed because there's a lot more energy required for it, and I definitely noticed that because, again, I'm a Mantis player, and I don't know what's been going on with that. And honestly, as a healer, as a strategist main, it's a lot harder to actually get MVP. It wasn't that hard. Like, it's not really that hard to get MVP with like a tank character or even a DPS. I've gone with that like multiple different times. But for some reason this season, and I think past season, it's been kind of hard getting MVP with a strategist character for some reason. And I find that kind of odd. I wonder if anyone in the comments actually knows about that or can actually empathize with that, because honestly, I don't really know what's been going on with that in that situation. Maybe maybe there are really just like restricting people and like trying to nerf the characters or whatever, which is really a stupid move. As you guys should probably know, no one should be nerfed in a fighting game, a game like this, or a shooting game or anything like that. There should just be buffs so that no one can be dissatisfied and no one can just like turn off the game and be like, oh, this game sucks because it's so bad because they nerfed my character. Oh my God, what did they do to Iron Man? Like, no one should like have to say that, because what you should be doing is, for those people who hate Iron Man, you should be buffing their character traits that will help them actually deal with Iron Man. I'm not going to get into all that in this video. I'm just kind of mad still about the fact that I didn't get MVP in a lot of my recordings, but I have been trying to make this video constantly, so I mean, it's whatever, honestly. But yeah, guys, that is basically the reason why I love healers or strategists in Marvel Rivals. This video didn't really need to take this long to make, but I just really wanted to get my point across with this video very, very much. Because honestly, like I said, I love being a strategist main, and I was really mad because I wasn't actually getting my MVP. And in the last video, I was getting MVP with Emma Frost and Penny or whatever, and I just want to kind of do the same thing. Who knows, maybe I did that in this video. I'm not really too sure, because I did record a lot of footage for this game, but I might actually record some more. But yeah, guys, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but that's not going to be the end of the Marvel Rivals videos. Of course, I've been making these videos and you guys seem to really like these videos, so I will keep making them as long as I don't have any other ideas that will basically overload my ADHD brain. In the next video, I'll be talking about why I love DPS, and give me some time with that one, because that one's going to be a kind of sensitive one. I mean, of course, recently I've started manning Squirrel Girl again, and look, I know I'm nasty for that, but I really do love playing DPS. And there is a reason again why so many people actually do love playing DPS and insta-locking them and stuff like that. It's actually not as ununderstandable. I don't know, guys. I'm just I'm just talking. But yes, guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, subscribe if you want to see more. If you guys don't like this video, then tell me guys why in the comment section down below. But with that being said, guys, thank y'all for watching. Have a good night or day whenever you're watching this. And as always, Johnny.